Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is Techo Kaigi Day. I will be doing a run through of everything I will be using in 2025. I have occasional journals and planners. Nope, they're just all journals. So occasional journals, and then I have my daily planners slash journals. So let's get into all of these and what they mean. How I'm going to set it up is I'm going to go through all my dailies first. I will talk about what I've been using this year and their counterpart for next year, if they have a counterpart. A lot of these will tick over into next year, but as we all know, we do buy brand new dated things every year. So I will go into each of those. So first things first, let's talk about my functional planner. In the past year, I've been using a Take a Note A6. And I gotta tell you guys, it has been a real treat. It has been my favorite thing. It is my favorite planner I have ever had. I have never been more comfortable in a planner, nor have I been as consistent in a planner as I have been in this. I can do words. I know English. It's fine. Anyway, because it's been perfect, and because I love it so much, I have decided to continue using it. I did have every intention of going into a Hobonichi Avec next year, but personal things happened and I really don't need a day a page anymore. I can happily continue with the 2 days a page, and I am honestly so thrilled to be back here. It feels like coming home. When I had to make the decision and sell my Avec and buy this one, it was like, oh good. It was a sigh of relief because of how much I love this thing. And I'm going to go so far as to say, if I do need more space, I'm just going to get the A5. I can't move away from this. It works too well for me to move away from it. So I will be using the A5 if I ever need more space again. I am not going back to anything but this beautiful planner. Also, I feel like they've rewarded me for being loyal by making this year green, which is my favorite color. It's also a gorgeous green, and I really love it. So, also, how good does the 2025 go with my black nail polish? Ooh. Anyway, so I'm going back to the Take a Note. No surprises. Happy as a clam. Now, I will go through how I use my planner real quick, just so you know how I use it functionally, and if there's any changes that I will be doing in 2025. So, how I use it is, we'll just open her up. I track my period on this one. Pretty self-explanatory. Red X for predicted date, black X's for when I actually bleed. These sort of overview ones, I do birthdays and special events that I need to keep track of for some reason. I wrote my anniversary because I will forget it. We actually did forget this year, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so biggest change of the planner is I'm not going to be memory keeping in the monthly section. Even though the Take a Note monthly is my favorite monthly layout ever, I have yet to find another one that I love as much. But because I want to make this, or because the majority of the planner is functional, I want to be able to throw it out at the end of the year. I know that's probably a bit intense, but, or have the option to. If I run out of space in my archive box, I really don't want to have to hang on to it because of the memory keeping section, because I have so many other ways to memory keep. It's kind of irrelevant to have it in a functional planner. So what I've decided to do is next year I'm going to keep it very functional, very, work related or content creation related, things like that. So I will, if I want to get more into YouTube, I'm not committing to that anymore because I'm very much a mood video maker. So, but I'll write down if I do want to do a video, or I'll try and schedule Instagram, shop updates, anything like that. I will just put in here instead. I will do, I think I'm going to track more as well. So I want to get back into tracking my YouTube numbers and my Instagram numbers. I might start tracking sales as well, if I start putting more into the shop and things like that. Just things like that. I want to start being just a little bit more functional over memory keeping. But everything else is pretty much exactly the same. I will flick to a relevant page. So this is how I set up my, what am I calling this? my weekly planning, I suppose. So I black out, I'll go to an earlier page so you can see what this looks like. So, so yes, so this is what the weekly overview looks like. I black out the dates, write this week, and then have goals or the main focus of what I would like to achieve this week. Sometimes it's blank, sometimes there's like 8 things that I have to figure out within a week, but that seems to be working really, really well. It keeps me focused on what I would like to achieve that week rather than day to day. How I set up my dailies is I have, well, my key, I suppose you could call it. A box means a task. If the box has a tick, it means that I've completed that task. If it's a dash, I'm moving it to a different day. I want to do it soon, but I just didn't have time to do it that day. A squiggly line means I've started it, or if I've attempted it, I need more time. It's moving to a different day as well. If it's an X, I've cancelled it. I have no plans to do it anytime soon. Forget about it. Dot points are events and just general notes. Like I've got ordered monitor mounts, so that's just to keep track of when I order things, which will probably move into the monthlies now that I'm thinking about it. So those sort of stuff. If I've got arrows, if you can see, I throw arrows around all over the place. That usually is a note about that task. So if I started making, let's say I started framing a bug and I've run out of paper, I will do a little arrow underneath it going, can't finish it, need to buy more paper. And that will mean the task will become a squiggly line because I've started doing it, but I can't finish it for various reasons. So that's usually why the arrow is there. Exclamation marks are things like due dates. They are very, very rare because I don't really track my bills. Me and my husband do that electronically, so we don't really do those sort of things. But sometimes if certain things just come up and you just need to remind yourself to do it, and that's when that will happen. But that's it. That's how I use my planner. It's pretty... Oh, wait, no, I forgot. I use Plan by Gila's little sticker symbols, I guess you could call them. I can't even remember. For Instagram and YouTube. When I post to Instagram or YouTube, I will put a sticker down. I will write what... I will write where I posted it, and so what account, because I have a couple of Instagram accounts. What account I posted it, and a brief description of what I posted. So that is how I use those stickers. That's it. That's how I use my functional planner, and I am so excited to move into the Take a Note again next year. I am utterly thrilled. So that is my day-to-day functional planner. Next up, we have my everyday carry. This holds my monthly travelers, my monthly travelers insert. I also have ordered a black cover to go around this. I ended up selling my records, my limited edition records cover, because I was being too precious with it. And I'm a customizer. I like stamping and making covers my own, and I felt like I couldn't really do that with the records. So I gave it to somebody who would love it more than me, or I sold it to somebody who would love it more than me, and I've replaced it with a black, and I'm very excited because that means me and Chris over at L&M, we're gonna be twinning! That's purely for Chris. Chris will love that. Anyway, the cover hasn't arrived yet because of course not. It's Christmas time. Everything's taking forever to arrive. So I just have the rough setup here. So this will be my everyday carry. Again, I have got the monthly insert for Take a Note to replace the monthly, what do they call that? The monthly memory keeping of the Take a Note. I don't really need to do the monthly memories. Again, I have so many different ways to memory keep, but I just really like doing the monthlies. I think it's really cute to see that, to see it as a whole, and I don't know, I just really like doing it, so that's just a fun thing that Maddie likes to do. Again, I don't really necessarily need to do it because I do have so many memory keeping things, as I've just said. But again, it's just for me. I just like doing it, and it's my stuff, so I can do what I want. Just a quick go over of how I've set up my EDC. I have a card slot here. I'm not entirely sure if I'll keep my cards in here. I pay for a lot with my phone. I don't really need cards much, but sometimes it's good just to have one just in case. I might put my Medicare card in here, just some important cards that are just good to carry on you at all times. And then I have this, which will be my list book. So I've done this in the past and I lost it. No, it got really, really wet and I couldn't read it anymore. That's what happened. Make sure you close your drink bottles when you have it in your bag. So I've taken a lot of photos of my Hobbit book collection. So if I'm out at a bookstore or a secondhand store and I find an edition of The Hobbit, I can make sure that I don't already have it. Just things like that, you know, books I want to buy, TV shows we are hoping to get, you know, little knick-knacky things for the kids even. I have lists upon lists everywhere. So they will stay in here with me. Just a nice quick reference for when I'm out and about. I am yet to actually rewrite it, but I can guarantee you there's scraps everywhere of these lists. So I will update that very, very soon. And then I have a craft folder. This will hold some stickers and most of the time ephemera. If I'm out and about, it's just an easy place to put it for when I do eventually transfer it into my life archives or my daily notebook. The monthly that I've already spoken about, the other end of the craft, and then this one is just my random, if I've got to write it down, this is where it goes. I think I've even got like Ollie drawings in here. Yeah, like random sketches, just random notes on things. Like if I really like a piece of furniture, I'll write down the dimensions to make sure that I have it, or vice versa. If I'm going to buy a piece of furniture, I'll write down the dimensions of where it's going to go to make sure it fits. Just little things like that. Just simple, jot, messy note-taking when I'm on the go. And that is my everyday carry. I'm so excited about this. I have loved the Midori One Day One Page for years. I swoon every time somebody buys it, every time somebody uses it. I love it so very much. I haven't been able to justify buying it for myself until this year. All right. I'm very excited, so very excited for this. So I'm going to be using the A6 Midori One Day One Page for a photo journal. So something I've realized over the past year is that I don't take enough photos. I've gone down from like taking 100 photos of my kids every day to like maybe 10 a week. Like it's crazy. Not even that, actually, that's a lie. It could be 10 a month at this point. Which makes sense. You know, they are 5 and 3. They are getting to a point where I'm annoying to them. So me saying, oh, let me take a picture, they'll roll their eyes at me. Got very sassy children, which is very funny. And I know exactly where they get it from. But anyway, so I'm trying to make an effort to take more photos. And again, it doesn't have to be of my kids or of my family. I can take photos of like cool things like the new bug I got that day or things like that. But I want to take a photo every single day of something exciting that happened, or just something that I think is pretty. It could just be the way the sun hits my desk, or the way, or maybe the marigolds have bloomed extra big today, or something like that. Like, I just want to be able to keep a photo journal of that stuff. So it's going to be a very simple little layout because I don't want it to get too thick, which is why, one of the reasons why I haven't purchased it in the past. Also, this bag I've kept it in. I keep taking it in and out constantly because I love it so much and I keep looking at it. It's wrecked, but I'm determined to keep it nice until 2025. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to set it up just yet, or the size of the photo, but it will be very simple. It'll be a very simple caption with a date, maybe a sticker or a stamp or two. Nothing too over the top. I do want the photo to be the main attraction. And for the monthlies, it will just be an index. So if I'm looking through May, I will just, yeah, it's just going to be a simple, you know, 31st of March is my birthday, so I might take a picture of my birthday cake. So on the 31st of March, it'll be birthday cake. You know what I mean? Like it's like an index of what the photos are for easy reference as an overview of this. And I'm so excited. I'm going to be using the Lamy fountain pen with a very gorgeous brown ink. Let me just show you. With this brown ink, It's absolutely stunning. It's going to look so good on the cream paper. I will show you. It's that one there. This is to test the fountain pen, just to make sure that it doesn't bleed through, which is probably a silly thing to do because that's cardboard compared to the thicker paper. But it'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. I am just very excited to get into this. It's going to be very stunning by the end of it, I'm sure. However, because it is a daily thing, I do need to get a template for the photo, what kind of photo size and shape that I want to use, so I can have a template, a blank template, so I can draw around it and write the caption, put the photo in later, because I'm not printing a photo every single day. That's insane. It will be at the end of the week when I do my usual photo printing for my media log and my daily journal and my life archives. That will happen. So Sundays are going to be a very big journaling, backlogging day for me now. But yes, that is the newest addition and the only new addition to my 2025 lineup, and I am so very excited for it. Oh my goodness. Next we have my daily log. So Chris over at L&M introduced to me this concept of daily logging or daily journaling, in the sense of every mundane thing matters. I've attempted to do daily logging in the past where I'll do a little bit of decorating and I'll write a single sentence, or I will try and do long form journaling where I'm like, dear diary, this is what happened today. And it never worked. I always gave up on it. It only ever worked for like maybe a month or two before I got bored. This style of just everything mundane matters, I love it. So I don't lead a particularly extravagant life or a spontaneous life or an exciting life in terms of like, I don't go hiking, I don't go on holidays. That's just not, I don't travel. I think I've done one travel trip in the past like 5 years. That wasn't for a funeral, you know? So it has been really nice having a space that celebrated my simple living and my just calmness and just, again, just the chill of my life, because that life is something that I curated for myself. You know, I'm not out here wishing I could travel or wishing I could go on a hike every weekend, because I can go on a hike every weekend. There's mountains around me everywhere, but it's just not something that I'm interested in. But I really love getting a letter in the mail. I really love it when my water was the perfect temperature. Like silly, beautiful little moments like that make up my life and make my life super happy and wonderful. And it is something that I've learned to document and not feel like embarrassed about it, if that makes sense. Because again, so like especially on social media, where you see these people's lives and you're like, oh, I'm not doing enough or I'm not exciting enough. It's like, no, I just don't care to be that level of exciting or that level of adventurous, I guess. And that's totally fine. Like if you want to be that person, be that person. Amazing for you. But for me, I got dried daisies and I wrote an entire page about how much I love them. Look at them, they're cute as heck. So yes, so the daily log has had a couple of homes. I started out in a moleskin pocket, which I was purely because I had a spare moleskin pocket and I wanted to test to see if I even liked the style of daily logging. And then I moved it into my my traveler's notebook, regular size, and I liked it. But then I kind of went back to kind of my roots a little bit in how I journal and my junk journaling kind of thing. And I came back to my favorite size, which is the passport, and I got the olive because I love the olive. It's my favorite. And I started journaling the way I usually would, in a more free flow kind of space. But now I just decorate it and I just do the tiny little sentences or the tiny little thoughts. And it has been working so well. Hang on, do I have, yeah. So like I do this and then I write little things. Like Patreon call with Jess and the crew. That was really fun and I loved it. Link's officially finished his first year at school. Today is his last day of school for prep, which is crazy. But you know, after this I'll write film Techo Kaigi today. How exciting. And that's just all it is. It's just little things that make up my day-to-day and I love it. It's so good. It's probably one of my favorite things this year. I will show you my favorite thing of all of this year, my favorite journal / planner to be in. That is coming up next. But I will go through how I set it up because everyone likes a little bit of a snoop. So first things first, the outside cover is an olive traveler's notebook. I think I've got some blue tack in the Thailand part. Don't know why. Olive traveler's notebook. I have some Avril yarn and I think some Nesso yarn on the spine to make it fluffy and lovely. I have a Owls Studio pin that I bent the pin parts down to make it into a charm because I didn't like the red, I liked the white, so I got the white one. A yen coin from Japan, from Jess's previous Japan trip, not the one she just got back from, the one before that, and a mini traveler's notebook charm that my friend Amy got me when she was in Melbourne attending, I think, Phantom of the Opera she went to see, which is her favorite play. Which is very cute. I have a sheep stamp here. This is a Modazi sheep stamp. I love the sheeps. They are so very cute. And I have a brass tag or tab, I think they're called, from Traveler's Notebook. I have Glory in French because I'm just obsessed with French, and I stole this idea to do this from Camille, and she is French. So I have Oh Glory, which is a reference to my favorite Paramore song, Let the Flames Begin, and I love it. It's so very cute. Anyway, when you open her up, it is an insert. I don't have a counterpart for this because I'm about 2 days out from finishing this entire insert. I will make a new one and it will bleed into 2025. So yeah, because it's a daily thing and I started at a random time doing it like this, it's not going to have a nice, neat ending. Each insert, depending on how big I make it, lasts me about a month and a half. I may try and make it where it only lasts me a month, but again, it's hard to do because you have 30-day months, 31-day months, and then you've got February who just likes to screw the entire flow. But yeah, so there won't be a brand new one for 2025. It will bleed into from this year. And then I have a craft folder. I love a craft folder. They're just handy to have. It's just so handy to have for spare sticker sheets or some ephemera that I want to carry around. I have the sticker release paper for stickers. Very cute. More stuff. I've got an envelope full of hydrangeas from my dearest Camille. I've got some Traveler's Notebook double-sided stickers for on-the-go journaling. I have been struggling to find spares of these. They've been sold out for months. I really hope that they haven't stopped making them, and for some reason people just aren't stocking them at the moment. But I'm on my last ones and I'm really scared. And then this is just an envelope full of stamp samples from friends, because why buy the stamp when you have friends who have the stamps? Life hack. And then on the back I have a pencil board. I don't use it all the time, but it's just handy to have because sometimes it can get a little bit annoying towards the back end trying to write on thick, chunky books. But that is the setup for my daily blog or my daily journal. So my favorite thing of this year, and something that I have used with such joy and excitement and happiness, is my media log. Chris over at L&M, blessing my life once again, showed me this concept this year. A friend of mine had a spare Hobonichi Weeks that she did not like. I can understand why. It's very blue. Didn't love the fact that it was very blue, but the contrast to the mechanical pen hair across sticker, pretty sweet. Anyway, so I managed to get a free one and start using it halfway through the year, and best decision I ever made because it's coming back next year. I love it. It's the best. Let's get into how I set it up. And I don't think there's much, there's a little bit of like, not a change, but like something that I want to be focused on or aware of next year. So the first thing I have is my little photo template. I like to just draw on the corners to map out, hang on, where's an example? Map out where I want a photo to go so I can write around it and still have room for photos. As you can see, that's what I do there. Very good. It's a good handy thing to have. I stole this idea from Jess over at Plan by Jyla. I literally just remembered where I got that idea from. It's from Jess. So I put that in the front here because it's just an easy grab and go right there. Get it out nice and easy. The front page usually holds my book rating system or just my rating system in general. I didn't really rate anything until I started reading more books, and it's actually really handy to have a rating system, I think. Even just for like your own personal opinions, or like if people say, oh, do you recommend it? And you're like, maybe, yeah, I think I do. I think I do recommend, because a 3-star is pretty good, right? So I use sort of this very kind of silly book rating system for everything that I rate. It's just tipped in at the moment because I will be using it next year as well, because I really like this sticker and I don't want this sticker to go to waste, as weird as that sounds, but I love it. That's how the beginning of it is. I do use the monthlies, but the monthlies at the moment are tracking a personal task that I am not ready to share with the internet just yet. So you'll have to wait if I ever do decide to share that. But the weeklies, this is how I use the weeklies. So how I set it up is I listen to music every single day. Without fail, is what I do. The song that I track is the song that I pick to play, the very first song I play. So I'm a hyperfixator. I think most of us are these days. I'm a hyperfixator, so I will listen to the same song 1,000 times in a row, or it will be the first song I listen to every single day. So I track the first song that I listen to every single day to see what song I was hyperfixating on at the time. It is very rare that I will go to a playlist and press shuffle. And it's only when I'm trying to really explore new music that I try and do that. But most of the time I'm a hyperfixator and it's the same song over and over and over and over again. How I track everything else is pretty standard, I guess. I don't know. If I'm watching a TV show, I will write the TV show down, the season I'm up to, and what episodes I watched that particular day. So like The Shrinking, season 2, episode 9, because that was the last one that came out that I've watched, sort of thing. Obviously, if I have watched a bunch in a row, I will go episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4 kind of scenario. I don't like dashes. I like seeing all of them for some reason. I like the way it looks. I won't go episode 1 to episode 1 dash episode 4. No, it's episode 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I write it. If it's a book, if I'm reading a book on Kindle, it'll be the title of the book, the author of the book, the percentage of what I'm up to. With movies, it'll just be the movie. Oh, if it's a physical book, it's the book, the author, and the page number that I'm up to. I find that just easier. Movies, it's just the movie. Podcasts, it's the same as TV shows, what season I'm up to, what episode I listen to. I listened to a total of 3 episodes of a podcast this year. That is it. I don't listen to podcasts, so I'm not super concerned with it. Anyway, so that's that side of it. That's how I track my media. On this side, something that I have noticed, what I would like to do is reactions only. Even like fan art or pictures from the book or the story or anything like that. I mean, TV show that I'm watching, maybe lyrics to the song, quotes from the book or the movie, that sort of stuff goes in this side. I haven't been doing that. I started doing that, but for some reason I got so hell-bent, or I got so invested into rating that I stopped reacting and I just went straight into ratings. And on days like this or weeks like this, it's actually really annoying because I kind of reviewed 2 books. I read 5 books that week, but I had to move all of the other reviews to the back, which is where I want reviews to go. But I have no reactions to the books as I read them. And again, I read 5 books that week, which means I was obsessed with those books. You don't read books that quickly, because it was from a series. It was from the Paladins, the Saint of Steel series by T. Kingfisher. I loved that series. I was obsessed with it. Again, I put one down, I picked one up immediately. I've got no reactions to those. It's all kind of like a review. Obviously, I've got likes and dislikes in my review, because I don't really know how to professionally... I'm getting too ahead of myself, talking too quickly. I don't know how to professionally review anything. It will be just like, this is what I liked, this is what I disliked, and just general thoughts of how the book flowed and things like that. But I don't have any reactions, or a lot of reactions to these things. And that makes me really sad, and I'm mad that I didn't get those reactions, because, yeah, like, it's like, even this one, like Sword Heart, again, by T. Kingfisher, probably my favorite book of the year. I loved this book. I went out of my way to buy a special edition, or pre-order a special edition, because of how much I loved it, yet I have no reactions about it. That makes me sad. That makes me really, really sad. So next year, I'm going to try really, really hard to have reactions on the weekly spreads and be more analytical and more reviewy in the back notes, because I just think that makes sense. You know, like, it is good to keep track of it is good to review things and to, like, sort of, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but, like, it is good to be a bit more logical about media sometimes, to really sink into why you did or didn't like something and that sort of stuff. But first off, reactions and things that I liked, quotes that I liked, scenes that I went, what? That sort of thing needs to go here. I want memories of that. That is something I'm really going to try and focus on next year in this book. So, yes. Anyway, the back is, like I said, more reviewy. Like, I do have more of the reviews and a bit longer thoughts on the books that I've read, the movies that I've watched. Even I will review whole albums when whole albums come out, rather than songs. I don't review individual songs necessarily. I will react to individual songs, because some individual songs are just bops and you gotta. But usually I will only fully review an album. Like, I will write down my favorites, which ones I don't like, which ones I think were hits or misses, and blah blah blah. So that is how that works. The setup, oh yeah, and the back of it is where I keep all the reference stickers and some of my go-to decorative stickers. I have these stickers from Band by Jyla everywhere. You'll probably see these a lot. They are stashed everywhere. Get in there. But yes, the 2025 one, I got the Grey Weeks. This is a iron-on patch, I think I've mentioned before, from Ashley Bichez. I'm sorry, Ashley. I know I'm saying your name wrong. Please forgive me. But I love it. Stunning. I loved it to the point where I made tabs, and I tried pulling the colors from the patch itself. So the dark green from the legs, the gold from the trimming, the pink from the tiny pink details, and this one is meant to be beige of this color, but it came out so gray. So I'm pretending it's a contrast to the dark gray color. That's what I'm pretending. That's what I'm gonna go with. But yeah, it's exactly the same setup as this one. That's where the stickers will go. The if you're curious, I should probably say if you're curious, that is my key. So gold for music, pink for books, grey for podcasts, blue for TV shows, and green for movies. That's how I will identify each of the media in the notes section. Other than that, it's exactly the same as this one. And I am so excited to have an entire year of media, because nothing is more satisfying than flipping through this. It's so nice. It is utterly delightful. Look at that. That is so good. It's weird doing it backwards, I won't lie to you. Delightful. So thank you again, Chris, for introducing me to my favorite thing in the world right now. that is all my dailies, actually. So let's move into the occasionals. Let's talk occasional journals. And the first ones we're going to talk about, my music journals. How I use my music journals has not changed for years. And I have no intention of changing them because it's perfect. I love these. How I use them is I listen to a song, I write the lyrics, and I make around the lyrics pretty by sticking paper in, and washi tape, and stickers, and stamps, and more paper, and more stickers, and more stamps. It's great. It's the best. I love it. I use 2 sizes because I think, like everybody, we can get bored. So I alternate between the Passport and the A6, which I have cut down from a regular brown TN. I love them. They are fantastic. Before I get ahead of myself, I will go through how I set them up. So how I set up my Passport, more yarn and twine and whatever else you have on the spines. I just really like it. It just gives it a little bit of personality. These charms both came, or all came, I should say, from Camille from A Happy Mail. This was a custom piece that I requested of Starburst Studio. She doesn't really do resin jewelry anymore, but I asked her very politely and she very, very lovingly said yes. So thank you, Elise. This is the bronze tag. As you can see, I'm obsessed with this. Thank you, Camille. I stole this idea from Camille. This was actually the first bronze tab I ever got. It was from Camille. She wrote love, and the love goes on the love. So it works. These are 2 stamps. This is a Hersey Timeless stamp and a, oh no, I can't remember how to pronounce the stamp of this little guy. And it's not written on the stamp either, but it's that guy with the white ink. Look how well it's held up. This, I have not restamped this or anything. And most of the time, it's mostly just scuffed. It's not even like fading off. So this has lasted years. It's done really well. So highly recommend the Stars on Opaque White if you want to stamp the outside of your TNs. That's very cool. So yeah, anyway, let's open her up. First thing, I have a Makihita card. I don't know why. It's just fun. I like Makihita. He's a cutie. That's it. I have the cotton Traveler's Notebook pouch. I didn't like the canvas. It was too rough for me. The cotton is much, much nicer. In here, I just have some ephemera pieces, some pieces of paper and such. I have another craft folder. I just love the craft folders. They are so handy. Even if they are empty, they will be used eventually. So I will forever have them in my traveler's notebooks. They are the best. Currently I'm holding some sticker sheets. This is a insert that is finished, but because I'm using the A6, it's just going to chill out in here until I replace it. You can actually find the flip through of this on my channel. So if you're curious, there you have it. And then the other side with some more of the Travelers, I haven't actually talked about that yet, have I? The Travelers stickers, or have I? Yes, I talked about them in here, didn't I? Anyway, I have some of those in here, just in case. And then the other side of this, I'm pretty sure, is washi tape. Yes, washi tape samples. Very good. And a little clip for clipping down fluffy pages. That is how the Passport, I should say, is set up. And the A6 is very similar. Silk ribbon from, I think I got the roll from Etsy. I use it for Happy Mail, but I thought it would look very lovely with the brown, and it does. These are charms from Paper Boat Press that my darling friend Aisha got me because she knows I love butterflies, and my account's Hello Naya, so very cute, very pretty. And then I have a Doodoo Lulu stamp and a Karinki. I don't know how to say these things. These 2 stamps, which I really like together, I think that's very cute. Another brass tab with some French words in it. Camille sent me a bunch of clippings from, I think, a book, and I just really like the way this looked. I have no idea what it means, but French is just really pretty to look at. So there you have it. So we open it up. Another another craft folder that Camille sent me. At this point, my music journals are just shrines to Camille because Camille made me this. She made me the insert to this one, and she also made me the insert to this one. So, yes, I love Camille. She is my muse. I will forever say that. She's incredible. So, yes, and this is a sticker from Love Soup. But, yes, that is how I set my music journals up. They're just comforts. They are such a comfort journal, and I really love relaxing, listening to music and journaling in them. They're a delight, and I'm glad that they have never changed, and nor will they. Next occasional journal we have is the Commonplace book. I currently have a Hobonichi grid, and I don't really use it. I'm trying really hard to. I'm trying to write down things to rant about or to talk about, or to write about, I should say, not talk about, just write about in here. But I think I just haven't developed that habit yet. It's definitely something I want to do. I really love thinking about things. Like, I've come across a lot of like book talk, like hot takes, and half of them aren't hot takes, but it's fun to sort of write my own hot takes down and things like that. And I feel like those sort of things would go in here. I think I've started putting when I get a new bug, I will write about it in here and that sort of stuff. I want to get into better habits that way. I just haven't exercised that muscle yet. So I'm still learning. Even like the setup, it's very minimal. Again, photo template and some stickers. That's really all I have. Oh, and obviously the index stickers. But it is something that I'm struggling with still, and it's always been a struggle. But I'll get it. I'll get the rhythm eventually, and it'll fill up, and it'll be wonderful. Haven't got I should have mentioned. Because I make inserts, there's no special insert for next year. I will just use up the inserts that I have, and then I'll change it. That makes sense, right? Yeah, cool. Same thing with this one. I don't have a 2025 counterpart because I haven't really used it. Where's the last page? Here. So I still got all of that to go. I am working on it. I'm really excited for when I do find my stride with this, because I know it's going to be such a good tool. But I'm just not there yet. I'll get there. But I still love it. I love the look of this book. I am so glad I ended up talking myself into it, because I absolutely adore the herringbone. It's so nice. But yes, so that is my other occasional. And at this point, it's not even occasional, it's rare. But I will work on getting them, or getting it to a point where I can use it regularly, because I would really love to use it regularly. Last, but certainly not least, is my last occasional book, which is my Life Archives / rambling journal. So I've got 2 inserts in this one. Very rare for me to have 2 inserts, that's a lie. No, it is rare. I've got 5 traveler's notebooks, and only 2 of them will have more than 1 insert. So, before we get ahead of ourselves, more prettiness. These are more Karinki. I don't know how to pronounce stamp names. I'm so sorry. I'm a bogan Australian. Please forgive me. This is a Miss Bulat. I love this stamp. I sign all my letters off with this stamp now because I just love it. It's the best. This is a yen coin from Jess again, and these 2 are also from Camille. And then I have another brass tag. I told you, I'm obsessed with them. With another French word that I don't remember what it means. I feel like I actually tried to translate it this one. Even so, that's... Oh, and I have a little jade from my darling friend Sarah. And that is the outside of my olive regular. We open her up. We have another craft folder, because of course we do. Craft folders are the best. This is a painting from McQuinn. Beautiful, beautiful painting. Daisies, my favorite flower, on green, my favorite color. Incredible. I have a picture of Paramore, because of course I do. Paramore is my favorite band. More stickers and bits and pieces. This is my Life Archives. It used to be a life archives, and I changed it to a daily log, and now it's gone back to a life archive. Why can't I say life properly? Life archives. It will continue until next year, until I fill it up, because I still have quite a bit of the book to go. I'm getting better at life archiving. I wasn't sure if I liked the idea of putting in things like I bought new stamps, but they were exciting, and it's an exciting thing for me to do. So yes, it is a part of my life. So I will document it in a bigger way. So I am getting better at life archiving well. I'm really glad to separate, because the last video I did, I was going to combine the life archives with the daily, but I like the idea of being able to flick through a life. I can't say life properly, but I really like the idea of being able to flick through it. Because again, they're important things, and I like to flip through them. And this will hold memories of my kids and stuff as well. So it's a little bit more important for them to be separate, I think. So that's that one. More stickers, and just stickers on this one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Graham Wren? Or is it Wren Graham? No, it's Graham Wren. The Autumn King. Look at his little fox, his little crown. Adorable. Another cotton folder, because I like them better. More stickers. A Polaroid of me and my dad on my wedding day. Even more stickers. This one's blank, I think. Yes, nothing in there. But very cool. This is my ranting journal. So this is something I've made relatively recently, because I was using an A5 Hobonichi Avec that Kieran over at Kieran Baclay gave me, because she wasn't using it at the time, and I used it up. It's completely full, because sometimes you just need to rant for pages at a time. So I will not be using, because I thought having a day a page, like a big day a page, would work, but obviously some days I just have too much to say. So I'm using inserts now, because I can just make more as I need it. I don't need to it's not really censoring, but stopping myself rambling. If I need to ramble, I will ramble. So I have got a second one in here for just talking out my feelings, be it every day or not at all for weeks at a time. It really depends on my mood, and I really like it. I'm really glad that I added it, because I needed a safe space to rant. So that is in here, and then the back end is more ephemera and stuff. That is the last of the occasional. So that is my 2025 lineup. We have a daily slash, not a daily, a life archives slash a rant journal. We've got a Commonplace book. We have a daily log, a photo journal, music journals, and come here. We've got a media log, an everyday carry, and my take a note planner, my functional planner. And that is everything that I'll be using in 2025. I am pumped. Again, not much has changed, because I am in such peace with all of these. I'm excited for the new edition. I'm very keen to see how I will go with this. See how long it lasts. Because again, I don't know what I'm going to be like in 2025 or what 2025 will bring, but I am excited nonetheless. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I can't wait to watch everyone else's Techo Kaigi and their setups for 2025. It is my Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. So I will see you next time. Bye.